Well, Alicia, what do you think's at stake in November election?
Everything. Like everything is at stake. And I'm really not being facetious about that. Yeah. To be real, what's at stake is whether or not a new world order is able to take root and grow.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
The first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists. We are super versed on sort of ideological theories.
Founders, they're trained in more than Marxism. I'll explain it to you the way that they explain it themselves. Let me get this quote. Patrisse Cullors, the one you just heard, they are saying that she's a trained Marxist and that she and other BLM co-founders are trained Marxists. She says, quote, there are many spiritualities. Sorry, she said, quote, I'm calling for spirituality to be deeply radical. We're not just having a social justice movement. This is a spiritual movement. Oh, end quote. Spiritual movement. What does she mean by that? I'm so glad you asked. I'll start in all of the audio I'm about to share with you now. Well, I see the disrespectful clock, so this is going to carry over to the next segment. Is a Zoom-like conversation between two women. One of them is named Dr. Melina Abdullah, that she is a professor of African Studies at California State University, Los Angeles. She's having a Zoom-type conversation with Patrisse Cullors. Let me welcome you into their little conversation where she admits, maybe I'm saying too much. Listen to Dr. Melina Abdullah, who's also, in addition to being a professor at California State University, Los Angeles, she's also the founder of the BLM Los Angeles chapter of the organization. Please play clip number 1.
Maybe I'm sharing too much, but we become very intimate with the spirits that we call on regularly, right? Like each of them seems to have a different presence and personality. You know, I laugh a lot with Waukesha, you know, and I didn't meet her in her body, right? Yeah. I met her through this work.
Oh Lord, she said she laughs a lot with Waukesha, who she didn't meet in her body. Listen to clip number 4. This is Patrisse Cullors.
It's a very important practice. Hashtags are, for us, are way more than a hashtag. It is literally almost resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that we need to get done. I started to feel personally connected and responsible and accountable to them, both from a deeply political place, but also from a deeply spiritual place. And always, you know, in my tradition, you offer things that your loved one who passed away would want, you know, whether it's like honey or tobacco.
Ancestors watching, I know they're watching. Ancestors watching, I know. Now call out your ancestors into the room, loud so we can hear you. Ella Baker. It only took us 5 minutes to shift the energy in this space together.
Yeah, and that's some pretty